I am back with another coin video. These are coins that I purchased from a recent coin show from one of my favorite dealers named Ken. This is actually going to be the third video out of this series. The last two videos were all coins that I got from his 5 for $1 bin. But most of what I purchased from this dealer came in 4 bags. I picked up a lot of carded coins. He just put them into bags because these are the size bags that he had. I thought these are going to make great videos for each bag. So we're going to take 3 off the screen and we're going to go through the one bag that we have remaining right here. In my last video, I said that he gave a 10% off if you spend $100, and so it took this many coins for me to get $100. Now I haven't messed up what's in each bag, but I have sorted them cheapest to most expensive. So the real winner is going to be at the very end, but I still think that all the coins in the front of the stack here are great for 10 cents each, and so that's why I think this dealer is great. Now, you'll notice on the prices on some of these that he knows what he has. He deals specifically with foreign coins, and the coins are going to be priced on here pretty much for almost all of these. They come straight out of the catalog, straight out of the price guide for a lot of these coins. There are a couple of surprises that I got at a better deal, but and then remember, take 10% off of everything. So any 10-cent coin, I actually paid 9 cents for them, but I paid $100 for everything that I got from this dealer. So let us get started. Now, he also likes to go ahead and label all of his coins. So in some of the cases, I think I have pretty bad handwriting. I think he has sort of bad handwriting too. So I had to go back and kind of make in this case, the catalog number of CAM37. I had to make that one look a little bit better. Sometimes I think his grading is a little bit high, and so you can tell me what you think. I mean, this Yugoslavian 2 dinar coin has a big scratch through it. Does that make it an AU50? Well, without the scratch, I guess I would call it an MS60, but I am also not a grader. And flip this one over. And at the time, pretty much all the Yugoslavian coins looked like this. And so this was a 1-year coin made out of aluminum. The next coin is from the Philippines, and it features, it's a 1 centimo from 1987, CAM 238. Pretty tiny aluminum coin. And this coin features Chief Lapu-Lapu, or King Lapu-Lapu. And I remember from a previous video that I did on him that I think he was one of the leading members of the Philippines who helped drive away the Spaniards when they were first trying to conquer the Philippines. I'm going from memory on that. I might be wrong on who he is, but that kind of established him as a hero from well over a century ago. During this time, a lot of the Philippines coins featured animals, and I guess you could call an animal in a shell an animal. They have the scientific nomenclature there at the bottom of it. Looks like Voluta Imperialis, I guess. So that is a coin made out of aluminum, but there is another coin. Kind of convenient that they're putting the same bag for me here to be listed here, but it's a different coin with King Lapu-Lapu on it. Another 1 centimo. This one's older. It's 1981. CAM 224. If you look closely on this one, it has, I guess you'd call that a mint mark. It has the letters BSP, which essentially translates to the Central Bank of the Philippines. I believe there are also Franklin Mint versions of this coin available. But on the back here, it actually does show a design of the Central Bank of the Philippines. This coin was made in 1981, but the Central Bank dates back to 1949. So during this era, all of the Philippines coins had that on the back. I actually didn't have that coin. It's not rare or anything. I only paid 5 cents for it, but it was one I didn't have. We'll move on to a coin from Canada. I'm not sure how rare this particular coin is. It, at first glance, just appears to be a circulating Canadian dime. But the key to this one is it has two dates on it, 1867 and 1992. So this honors the 125th anniversary. I forget the name of that anniversary, but that is how old Canada was in 1992. KM 224, if you didn't see that earlier. So they call it the 125th anniversary of the Canadian Confederation. We'll move on to a coin from Argentina. Featuring, all my catalog said this was a government building. This one is KM 110A. Another catalog calls it 85A. I might have an older catalog with that designation, but the A means that it was made out of copper nickel in 1993 and 94. Before that, it was made out of brass in 1992 and 1993. So in 93, you could find two different versions of this coin featuring the two different metals. It's a 25 centavos. This one's pretty well worn. It is a 10 paisa coin from India. Now, he added, the seller here added a C in parentheses because it did not have a mint mark on it, which or any kind of mint symbol, which would have implied it was from Calcutta. But this specific coin features the International Year of the Child. It was a one-year coin there in 1979. So in English it says, "Happy Child, Nation's Pride." Wish I found this one in better shape, but hey, for 10 cents. I think that one's a pretty good pickup. We'll move on to Peru. This one is a 5 centimos. It says the Central Reserve Bank of Peru, 1985. The Lima mint mark underneath the 5 on here. Features Grand Almirante Miguel Grau. So this was during a short-lived currency called the Inti that they ran from 1985 through 1990. This next one is a one-year commemorative that I pick up every time I find it at a decent price. And I think he put this one upside down on the flip. So depending on how well you can see this, there's a date at the bottom that says 1565 on the left, and then to the right it says 1965. So this coin commemorated the 400th anniversary of the mint in Lima. And in the middle there it had a design that looked like the first coin to come out from 1565. And so during this 1 year, pretty much all of the circulating coins were made in this design. I'm still missing one of them. I thought I didn't have this one, but this is one of the ones I did have, but it's a 10 centavos, and since it's made out of brass, it kind of tarnishes pretty easily. We'll move on to Colombia. It's a newer coin, a 20 pesos coin, which is by now a fairly low denomination coin. It does feature Simon Bolivar, I think. Yes, there it is, the name underneath the above the date there, date of 2007. When I first found this one, I thought it was quite a it does look like a coin, but it doesn't, almost reminds me more of some kind of casino token or something like that. But it's a real coin. They made this from 2004 to 2008. Another coin from Colombia. From 1982. Another one features Cordova, but this one features a specific event. Did I write it down on here? Yeah, okay. So it's at least this side features the San Andreas Island and Providencia. So I guess that's Province or Providence. It's a 10 pesos. Has a kind of a map to show the latitude and longitude on it. So a little bit of stain on here, but still pretty good condition. Have a coin from Sri Lanka. This one's going to be a 10 cents coin from 1975. KM 140. This coin is made out of nickel brass and was only made out of nickel brass in 1975, but KM 140A was made out of aluminum from 1978 through 91. Interesting scalloped edge design on that one. The next coin was made at the same time as the last one. However, this was the aluminum version, so it's 139A. A is the second version, so it's aluminum. There is a 139 that is just nickel brass of this one, again, only from 1975, whereas this one was made in later years. This one's 1978 on this 5 cents coin. Next, we're going to move to the country of Western Samoa. So on the head side here, it has the ruler there, which I'm going to take an attempt at this. Tanumafili II. KM1, so the first coin ever from Samoa, 1967. This is called a one scene. And it was only made for 1 year. So if I were to have put the coins not ranked by price but by country, I should have put this coin from Ceylon with the ones from Sri Lanka. So this one is a 25 cents coin from 1963. And 1963 was the first year that Ceylon was free from the British. They hadn't changed the name to Sri Lanka yet. But you're going to see that there is not a monarch on this coin when we flip it over. Okay, I'm 131. So still has a design, the lion holding the sword inside of that ring with the crown on the top. One thing that's different is this one has Ceylon written on the border, or on the banner that goes across the bottom. I think that banner was still on the Sri Lankan coins, but did not have that written on it. Now, I've been picking up a lot of Lithuanian coins here recently, and then it occurred to me after a while that they were always the lowest denomination version of the coin, which means I had a bunch of the same coin over and over. As it turns out, I didn't have this one. This one is from 1997. Features the same horseback knight that a lot of the other coins from this era had, but this one's a 10 centu coin, KM 106. And yeah, this one was a design I didn't have. The 1, 2, and 5 were all aluminum at the time, but then the 10, 20 were like this one. Next, we have a coin from the Isle of Man. I always like picking these up. They are a lot rarer than British coins, and they have a lot of neat features of local things. The Isle of Man coins have the little 3-leg symbol on them. Appears in 3 places on this side. CAM 1036, which is a lot of coins in a catalog for such a small country. It does have a date of 2002 on this side. And then we flip this one over, and I wanted to point out a couple things here. It's made by the Pobjoy Mint, and I have an arrow pointing to it. And then also, I feel like I've only seen this on Isle of Man coins. It has what they call a die mark, where each die had its own mark on it, and so it doesn't look like normal letters. I don't know what you would say that looks like. It is the letter A twice, but it almost looks like a nun hats or something. But the coin here features. They write this in kind of their Gallic language, I guess, but it's the ancient ruins of Cale's Chapel. Next up is a coin from Myanmar. And I'm not sure I had any coins from Myanmar that had a person on them until this one. It is a tin pious coin. It has the Gregorian date of 1966 on here. On their calendar, it actually is labeled as 1328 on here, but that converts over to 1966 of our calendar. And so this person is named Aung San, who was I guess a political leader who is given the nickname of the Father of Myanmar. That one's KM40. Next up, we have this coin from Morocco. It is a 5 centimat coin from 2002, or on their calendar, 1423. Aluminum bronze, catalog Y112. So that's a newer design that I hadn't seen on any coins, but I feel like I've seen this design where it took me a while to recognize this as the design from Morocco. And so, come to think of it, I think I labeled both sides. That's my handwriting on this side, because I want this side up in my album, whereas he had put this side up in the flips where he was selling it. We move to Slovenia, coin from 2000, where it is a 1 tolar. The Slovenian coins seem to have a lot of empty space on them compared to a lot of countries, but they also feature animals at about this time. So this one features the fish, again, another one with a scientific name on it, Salmotrudifario. I'm going to guess that's a salmon, but I don't know my fish. Next, we have a coin from Tonga. This side, it features a hen with chicks from 2002. It's a 5 Siniti, KM68A, at least that's what he wrote on here. This side features coconuts. This was part of a series that Tonga was running called World Food Day. So, can't really tell the metal on here in the flip, so I'm going to take his word from it that this is 68A, which means it was nickel-plated steel. There's another version of this coin, actually came out the same year, that was copper nickel, and was also 0.1 millimeter smaller, so I'm not sure that any instrument's going to be able to measure that correctly. I guess to me it has the look of copper nickel more than nickel-plated steel, but I'm not sure I can get enough of a view to tell on that one. So this is the oldest coin that we've had in the video so far. This is an aluminum coin from Hungary from 1941. Magyar means it's from Hungary. This is going to be a 2 pengo from 1941, KM 522.1. There's where it says 2 pengo, and so it had 0.1 on the KM number. The 0.2 version of this, the catalog says the base of the number 2 is wavy instead of straight. So if you happen to have that version in extra fine condition, that one would be worth $35. So that other version is so much rarer than this one. Next coin is from Nepal. And looking at the top here, he wrote down our calendar 1984, the Nepalese calendar of 2041. This side looks probably more like a typical coin from Nepal with a number system. The 0 looks the same, but don't recognize the 5 for 50 in most other number systems. So as we flip this one back over, this one is made to commemorate family planning. And I noticed this one has a slight die rotation. I don't know how common that is with some countries, but if I flip it, I guess I needed to flip it more like this. Okay, now I'm not seeing a die rotation, but that's what I had in my notes. Well, if it's there, it's pretty slight. KM 1016. When I think of an armadillo, I think of Texas, but this one is a coin from Uruguay that also features an armadillo, or in their language, it's called a molida. So the currency at the time was called the peso uruguayo. KM 135. Made in 2011. This one does not have a mint mark on it, which means it was minted in Madrid. This next coin, someone once tried to sell it for $6. It's from Australia. But he had it priced at 75 cents. And to be honest, at this price, it is a silver coin, almost a half of an ounce. At 75 cents, that's getting it below spot. So this and the other silver coin in this video are two coins that were priced below spot price. So much lower than what appears in the catalog, but it is from 1963. No mint mark here, so it's from Melbourne. A sixpence, 50% silver, if I didn't say that earlier. And I think this side looks really nice. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was a $6 coin, but the silver price is more along the lines of $1.25, but definite upgrade to my collection. Next coin is from Syria. And features at this time, the coins from Syria had the Falcon of Quraysh. From, he had the date wrong. That looks like it says 1997, but they draw their 7, or their 6 on their system looks like a 7. So it's really 1996, and also their calendar's 1416. KM 124. And so this one features the ruins of Palmyra. As my YouTube name is CMidTN, and so in Middle Tennessee, there's actually a very small city called Palmyra. Not much there, but I think it was named after this city in Syria. I didn't realize this was Palmyra when I picked up the coin. That's my note that I added to it, but I thought that was interesting. So KM 124. We've now moved to coins priced at $1 and up. This one's going to be from Greece. You can probably tell by the Greek alphabet, but it's a 50 drachma coin. So this is a coin from 1998 featuring the bicentennial of the birth of this individual, which, did I write the name on here? Dionysios Solomos. So it is a 50 drachma, KM 172. During this time, Greece didn't always make 50 drachma coins, but they made two different commemorative drachma coins in 1998. This one, you can definitely tell it's a different individual. This one has a higher forehead, pretty thick hair. The other person was on the 50 drachma this year was Regis Ferreos. And on that one, he has a prominent mustache. So pretty easy to tell the two coins apart. So this next country is a really difficult find. And it dates back to a time, you can probably see Belgian Congo at the top along with Ruanda-Urundi at the bottom. So Belgian Congo was, of course, part of the Congo. I think today it's known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. In my catalog, it was also Zaire for a while. But for a few years, the United Nations put a common currency, had a UN trust territory merging Belgian Congo with Rwanda and Burundi. Now, Rwanda here is spelled different than I usually see it. It has a U instead of a W right there. And then Burundi usually has a B in front of it. So your catalog might have a Belgian Congo, Rwanda, Urundi section. Or you might just have a Belgian Congo section when you need to find this one. But from 1960, these coins with this country name on it were made from 1952 through 60. And if you've seen any of my videos on Belgium, you'll notice that there are two different versions of most Belgian coins because the two different languages spoken there. And I find it interesting that that feature has carried over here. Now, instead of having two different versions of this coin, they put both spellings of Belgium on here. But instead of the country of Belgium, I guess it's Belgian for Belgian Congo. So there's two different spellings of Belgian. So Belgisch, Belgie on that side. So this one's going to be a 1 franc. Was made in 1960. KM number 4. They only made 4 different coins, so this is the last coin that they minted for this country. Our next coin is almost a crown-sized coin from the Bank of Guyana. I don't yet see the mint mark on here, but this was made by the Franklin Mint, and there I see it over the Y in Guyana. And so I don't think there is a non-Franklin Mint version of this coin anywhere. But this was at a time that they made 3 different kinds of proofs of every coin. And so this was the matte proof version, which is the most common version. But as it turns out, I had this coin, and the other one I had was in a much nicer condition. This one has been pulled out of its mint packaging and had a chance to... The details weren't really damaged, but it's got a little bit of discoloring to it. It's going to be KM42. I do not know what the IPF stands for on the label of this coin, but we flip it over, and here's what I really like about it is... you might be wondering, is that an alligator or a crocodile? It's actually a caiman. I wrote that on here. For their $1 coin, of course, with the word endurance on it. This coin, I'm told, was made as a commemorative of the 10th anniversary of independence for Guyana. And so I like how the slogan here on the top of the coin says, "Our people, our most precious asset." And that almost reminds me of something that you would see at a corporate logo where someone will say, our people are our most precious asset. So I think it's kind of unusual for a country to use that line, but I hope they really feel that way. And so a lot of detail on this coin. I like it. Next we have a coin from Russia. It is a 10 rubles coin. One thing I like about this coin is there is a hidden 10 inside the 0. I have to hold it up in the light just right. Maybe I have to hold it this way. There we have the abbreviation for rubles, but I think I have to hold it a different way. Well, I saw it earlier. There we go. There's a hidden 10 inside there. So comes with a technique where they cut it at such a certain angle. There are not a lot of countries that do that, and so I probably have more coins from Russia which do that out of this 10 ruble set. So this is the newer Moscow mint mark, where it looks like two cursive letter M's with a kind of a circle drawn around it, from 2008. This comes from a series where they featured a lot of different regions and cities from Russia. So this one is going to honor the Astrakhan region, or their word for region is oblast. And so this is the coat of arms of the Astrakhan Oblast, which features that sword and the crown on a shield, and then I guess that's a government building on it. Of course, I wasn't familiar with that part of Russia. It's on the western side of Russia and borders the Caspian Sea. So about third or fourth coin from that set that I've picked up. This next coin is actually a somewhat chunkier silver coin. Not that rare. It's one that you're more likely to find in cheaper junk silver lots. But it's another one where I got it for less than spot price. He had a price of $3 on here, and it has over a quarter of an ounce on here, at least if the whole thing was there. And so that would translate to about $5.50 of silver, Y23. So it's a 2 bolivares. It doesn't actually say 2 bolivares on here anywhere. You judge that from the size of the coin. So the 1 bolivares coin was about half the size, and they made a 5 bolivares, which was pretty close to crown size. So it is 83.5% silver. They actually notate that on the coin here. I like how South American, Latin American countries do that. This is also minted in Philadelphia, and this one is another one that I noted had the die rotation. So this side would be up, and if we flip it over, it's a little bit sideways. So in there pretty straight on here. We flip it over, and you can tell it's a little bit crooked. So this coin, they actually made it for a while, from 1879 to 1936. So if we thought that Belgian Congo, Ruanda-Urundi was a tough country to find, this one is even rarer. This one's going to be from Essequibo Demarary. We have George III on here. This is a copper coin from 1813. It's KM9. He put very good fine on the condition here with a price of $5. My catalog set doesn't go down to very good, but it says a fine condition would be $6. Happy to get that. I'd never even heard of this country. So here's what I think is wild about the coin. So we've got the British monarch, George III, on this side. We flip it over, and it doesn't have a British currency. It has a half of a staver, which was a Dutch currency. So in the South American region, these were originally Dutch colonies, Essequibo and It actually has written on here colonies of Essequibo and Demarary written around the edge. Also has the word token right there. So the British and the Dutch kind of fought for control over this area for a while. The Brits claimed de facto rule over the area in 1796. This coin was made in 1813, and then in 1814, the Dutch finally ceded that control over to the British to be official. And then there was a third Dutch colony called Berbice, which was added to these two colonies in 1831, and that's when they formed the country of British Guyana. So, one of the things I like about coins is just the history that you can learn in looking up some of these. So, I guess when they were ruled by the British, they didn't want to have kind of an upheaval of the currency that the locals were using, so they didn't change the coin off the half-stever, but they were, of course, going to put the monarch on the coin. So I just overall find that pretty interesting. So the total cost of everything that we looked at today, he had a written price of $21.60 on that, so I of course got a couple dollars off. I looked up the book value on here just to see. Most every time his price matched the book value price if you're going to take the grade is accurate. I wasn't sure this one was extra fine, but being a rare country, I was okay with it. But really, it was the two silver coins that were priced below spot that I think I got made up some extra value of it. So my addition says everything here had a book value of $25.85, and so to get 10% off of that with everything else I got from this guy, very happy about it. But I've got another 3 videos I'm going to make just like this one, going through the other carded coins that I picked up from Ken. All right. If you like videos like this one, I, of course, have a huge playlist I'm going to link here at the end of all kinds of different foreign coin videos. And thanks for watching. Bye.